We're watching our favourite German TV show.
Science.
Animation at the same time.
Oh, how'd you get that?
Can't remember.
So what I love about I May Destroy You is its ability to carry such a heavy weight with this topic of sexual consent, sexual assault, while also maintaining a healthy balance of humor. How did you manage that during the developing stage?
When I think about how the show ended up with this really quite absurd tone to it, I think back to my own reality when I was in the police investigation room getting ready to give my witness statement for the first time. And I remember it's slowly beginning to compute that something really bad has happened and that the course of my life will be forever shifted. And it's a very startling, disorienting place to find myself in. And as I looked to my friend who was taking care of me that day, he was playing Pokemon Go on his phone. And that sort of like, just sort of was like, wait, what is this? And so that is the tone that never left me when I was just looking for, when as I'm beginning to process the darkness, something funny shows up, like an unwanted guest at a party. That's what the comedy was, and it was just there with a cocktail glass or a cup of tea, just there. And I couldn't control that. That's what it was.
You open up about your own experiences. How was this processing, and did it feel like a healing for you as you're developing this show and filming this show?
The writing of it was incredibly cathartic. It was harrowing, it was awful, it was heartbreaking, it was fun, it was empowering, it was exhausting, and it was euphoric. It was all of these things at one time. Then once we got to shoot and we were filming it, this for me felt like a playground. It felt like all the hard work of writing allowed me to do this. And I was sometimes just stand there in the corner whilst we set up, just sort of staring at everybody with this grin on my face. And Papa, who plays Kwame, would literally say, "You're tripping out, aren't you?" And I'm like, yeah. It's like, because this is insane that the reality has led to this.
What is the importance of maintaining your autonomy as a Black woman creator, especially as Black women in the creative space often don't get these types of opportunities at all, let alone with full agency?
For me, the show was about exploitation. It was about being disempowered. And so for me to not retain any of my rights seemed at odds with the very nature of the show, because you can understand that, right? It's really important for us, and I'm not saying that it's one rule fits all, that everybody should always fight for that 0.5%, but I think we need to start listening to ourselves and knowing when to fight and not being afraid to say no.
And lastly, I want to ask you about the importance of believing women. This show is very, very good at that, and being powerful and being intentional with that message. So believing Black women, especially in sexual assault.
My real life experience, I was immediately believed by the police. And the sad thing is I'm an exception to the rule. And so what I'm grateful for is that I've been able to broadcast and platform a version of events where the police believe somebody, so that maybe if you are a police officer, you might look and see what it's like to be an empathetic police officer. And now we have Black men. What happens when a Black man has a story? If we can't believe Black women, how will Black men even open their mouths to utter their own trauma? It's heartbreaking. And I hope that this can stir and provoke much needed conversation